In life, we tend to be mechanical. Our actions, words, and even thinking becomes mechanical. Sometimes we are very fast, we are rushing, we show much efficiency, but all that is superficial. If we see a little deeply, we are actually very mechanical. Though fast, we are just doing things habitually, we are just repeating what we had done before. That is no intelligence. Simply rushing is of no use. Like they say, somebody climbed up a ladder very fast only to find that the ladder was resting against or leaning against the wrong wall. So, how do we live with intelligence, with alertness, where creativity, where contact with the real may take place? The main challenge is the habitual behavior of thinking itself. There is a humorous story of how Mullah Nasruddin once was so caught in thought, in thinking. A friend of his came to visit him. It was a cold winter evening, and the Mullah had two coats. He gave one of the two coats to his visiting friend, and he realized soon after he gave it that the coat he gave to the friend was a better one, a newer one, and he started regretting. He felt, I should have kept that coat with me and should have given the second coat to the visitor. However, they started going for a walk, and when they were going through the village, the Mullah introduced his friend to somebody in his own village. Please meet this friend of mine, so and so. He has come from such and such town. He and I know each other for many years. We are very close friends and all that. And at the end, since the Mullah was so preoccupied with this thought of this wonderful, beautiful coat I have given him, he is so nice, I should have worn it, the Mullah would add in this introduction of his friend, and by the way, the coat he is wearing is mine. This offended and upset the friend. The friend said to Mullah after a few steps, look, you may introduce me to anybody in the village, but don't tell them about whose coat this is. That is not necessary. The Mullah apologized, and after some distance, he totally forgot. Again he introduced his friend to another person in the village, saying, this coat he is wearing is mine. Second time the friend got very angry, and thus after a few more steps with a third party, the Mullah was careful enough. He introduced his friend that this man has come from such and such place and all that. But then at the end he said, well, about this coat, it is not mine. This coat is not mine. Now the friend again got very upset. He yelled at the Mullah after some time. There was no need to make any mention of this coat. You just introduce me and don't say anything about the coat. The Mullah got quite upset, of course, felt bad, and then after some time when they met again another person, the Mullah introduces the friend, and at the end he says, well, about this coat, I don't want to say anything. There is nothing to say about this coat. So it goes on like that. This illustrates how you and I are caught in habitual patterns of thought. And to pursue thought also is habit. And when we resist thought, that also is part of habit, to pursue or to resist. And likewise, sometimes we do something and some other time we decide not to do. Sometimes we speak, sometimes we do not speak. Alas, both these pairs of opposites, doing or not doing, saying or not saying, all these come from the ground of habit, of conditioning, of some past influences, of beliefs and so on. So what's the way out? Our mechanicalness does not end just by deciding not to be mechanical. There is a great need for us to be aware of our mechanicalness. There is a great need for us to quietly watch and see how we are so much like machines. In seeing and not in deciding and hurrying to implement something, it is in pure seeing that a change deep within may take place.